I think it's important to, sure, even the playing field, so to speak, but also, encourage men to speak up as well.
Especially in a world where just being masculine is toxic at this point. They just you haven't heard of the whole thing of toxic masculinity?
Of course,
just by being a man, just if I do a certain thing that's just manly, it's because I'm toxic and stuff like that. I feel like now more than ever, I think we went into a phase of a lot of mental health issues, speak out, talk about things. And I feel like everyone says, damn, Contagious, got you.
No, it wasn't a yawn.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm getting those too from the probiotics. But yeah, I feel like before it was more like, yeah, let's talk, let's be more open. I mean, even Kevin Love, the NBA basketball player, that there was a point that he was being very vocal about stuff. And then maybe it turned everyone a little bit too weak, you think? Or do you think maybe it just kind of opened up the door to really almost putting...
What's weak?
That's I don't know, but that's the word that they would say that they want to call most I guess nowadays with toxic masculinity. Now there's like this combat of men wanting to be more masculine to combat this weakness that they say of I don't even know at this point.
I think a lot of people mistake vulnerability with weakness.
We
right?
talk about that.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to be like, I think being masculine is great, and it's encouraged, and I celebrate being masculine. But I think there's, true masculinity is not defined by I can't be vulnerable, I can't be, I can't let my guard down. With the right people, with the right person, I think it's okay, and it's even healthy to be soft and to be, let yourself go and let and just be compassionate and be a loving person. That doesn't mean that you're a soft guy or that you're weak or anything like that. I think there's a little bit of a misconception. But I think there's a place and a time for everything. There's a time and place to be strong and to be a leader and to be a man. And then there's a time also to be, and to kind of let your guard down. Be you.
I think it's funny that you say that because I read it somewhere else and something I've always thought of. I think it's important for men to feel vulnerable and to be able to talk about things.
Yeah.
But because they say, oh, well, then if you talk too much about, to your woman, then the woman's going to, lose interest in you. That's how you lose a woman, by talking about your problems. Like, you're not supposed to have problems. You're supposed to have that strong character. You're not supposed to feel whatever. I think a true man will feel vulnerable and will be able to talk about those issues and whatever's on his mind, but then will do something about it. I think most men are problem solvers. And maybe if they don't know how to solve the problem, find a way to get closer to the solution. So if you are feeling some certain ways, because imagine if I complain to you about my job every single fucking day, but I do nothing else about it, what am I doing? Like, I'm just continuing a problem. And at that point, I feel like, we can talk about those. I don't feel like I need to be, I'm just not going to talk about my day as shitty as it was. I'm just going to have a strong face because I'm providing, financial support to this family, all this bullshit, whatever. I think it's, you know what? I had a fucking shitty day. I was super stressed out. There's times that I'm even in tears in my girlfriend's arms, but it's like, what do I do after that? Yeah. And then that's what defines me as a man. It's how I solve the problem.
In regards to the problem solving, but I don't think every man is like, a majority are problem solvers, right? Or even women, right? Because I think it comes down to a human thing. Sorry. But it's in regards to, sometimes you have to talk about it to be able to, also, learn the tools and start, practicing.
Or even hear yourself.
Hear yourself and so you can reflect, and also then you can start thinking of solutions, you know. But I think you guys carry healthy masculinity. You guys are very alpha, very dominant, but you guys are also very expressive, right? So I think
compassionate.
Vulnerable.
Compassionate, vulnerable, sharing
care.
Your personal details.
Yeah.
I love when you guys share about your personal lives. I feel that's when the audience really gets a picture of who you guys are, you know.
Yeah.
And you guys also you showed shared heartbreaks. You shared in regards to your past relationships, even in regards to your family background. I think that resonates with many people.
Real one, dog.
I love it.
Yeah, I think we have very similar upbringings, and then you and I have similar outlooks. But I feel like you're the relationship you guys have had, because it's been so consistent on the podcast. You guys have audience can see how you guys have the healthy relationship between you two, right? You guys have helped each other grow and evolve, and I've seen your perspective shift also.
Oof, super shift.
Yeah, Like, I remember you even said in regards to, like, you've always been super open in regards to, like, oh, what's the problem, Marvin? Like, why do you care if the person has OnlyFans? Like, why is that a problem? You know, it's like,
yeah, switched up real quick.
and then,
Switched up real quick.
and then there's no problem with it, right? You know, to each their own.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
you feel more comfortable and confident in who you are and, like, what you bring to the table. And you use this word in regards to, oh, you felt like you were begging in the past. Like, for
Yeah, I
women.
remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's more in reference to, like, you just know what you bring to the table, right? And it's like you're coming more from a lens of, like, instead of, like, does this person like me? You're operating from a lens like, do I like this person?
Yeah.
And I think it, like, contributes to the relationship between you two. You know, you guys have helped each other evolve and grow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you've
so
even
much.
like brought in your perspective in regards to, like,
Ooh,
like,
dating.
not having, like, you know, like, such tunnel vision in regards, like, hey, this is the way I see it, and that's the only way. Like,
Well, you had a change, a shift on single mothers. Remember that episode?
Oh, that was a big
Yes.
one. Yeah. Because I was very like, I mean, obviously I was younger. You know, time things change. I was at the time. I think it was like 27,
Yeah.
28.
There's
But I was
nothing
like,
wrong with that, by the way. I
No,
just
of
wanted to
course.
close,
Yeah, no. And I'm not saying like I'm gonna fucking go around
Yeah.
and try to fucking find a single mom. I'm not saying that, but I'm not as shut off as I used to be to that idea anymore. And because, you know, part of it is because of the guests that we've had on, you know, and the conversations that we've had, and a lot of
Really,
the
it like changed your perspective like that?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like it's obviously, would it be the ideal situation? Of course not. No, like, I
But
don't
if
think
you
any
do
guy.
find
But if I do find a woman who in the right condition, you know, there's a connection, and if the kid is in the right age, the things have the stars have to align in order for it to work, I think. But I don't think it's impossible.
yeah.
And so it's just kind of part of the growing up, and the audience, I'm sure has, you know, like you said, has listened to it as well and kind of experienced it too. So
No, yeah,
I'm very
I'd
happy
love to
with it.
see. I'd love to watch it because, and it really shows in regards to, like, the relationship between you two, and you guys are so supportive of each other and like hyping each other up, and I'm like,
yeah.
that's amazing.
pussy.
Yeah, I mean, recording for 3 years, it'll do that for you,
And I've
especially
known you for how long? 9, 10?
what,
11,
10 years,
10?
10 years.
Two
No, more than that. Realistically,
Wow.
for like
What year is it?
I'm 30. We're
Wait, how
30,
did you guys
dude.
meet?
We've known each other since we're like 17.
Oh, that's true. High school. That's true.
Yeah, we met through.
When you came from Germany.
Yeah, when I came end of my sophomore year, junior year, you
That's what
know,
I
and
meant,
so at this point, 13 years.
2010, yeah. Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah,
I've known you for way too long.
it's
Crazy, dude.
Yeah. So it's been a great journey, and you're right. You know, like some of our views today might not be the views that we have in 2 or 3 or 5 years. You know, all we can do is just evolve and have the dialogue, and that's what we're doing.
I think we're living proof of what it is that we're trying to share with everyone. If you think about it,
Yeah,
you know, listening to conversations,
being
and
honest, being vulnerable,
being vulnerable,
being open to
Healthy
change,
masculinity.
being fair,
masculine.
being healthy, masculine, alpha males, I guess you can say.
Yeah,
But it's true. I think the fact that we've been able to have all these conversations and be able to educate ourselves, and not just because of an expert, you know, someone within the field, but someone who's just gone through it from their own upbringing, just like single mothers of what they've gone through. It's been so impactful that it's been able to reshape your mind rather than you being like, oh, fuck single moms. Oh, having a baby is only mine. I'm not having somebody else's kid. To, hey,
maybe in the right circumstance, if it happens,
perfect,
it happens.
most perfect circumstances.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
It is possible, you know, probably not likely, but hey, you know, you never know. And so again, you were saying it earlier, like, you know, in terms of being like, I think you have a healthy level of masculinity. You're strong. You're a leader. You can take charge. You're very logical. But also, you were saying like you can go home to your girlfriend, to Christina, and you're not afraid to cry and say, I've had a terrible day at work and I don't know what to do, and I just need to vent to you, because if not, I'm going to explode. And so you said that. So, you know, and obviously Christina's a great woman, but you didn't think that you can vent to her. And if you did think that way, then it's like, who are you with? You know? And so I feel the same way with my girlfriend, you know? So yes, we have great partners, but also we're very secure in ourselves.
Yeah.
To the point that, yes, I know I can be vulnerable. I know I can let my guard down. Doesn't mean I'm going to go home every day fucking crying to my girlfriend. Obviously not. But I'm not afraid to vent and just kind of let go.